there. So, Teresa Ornelas of the Paradox Parlor, also known as Hair Color Fitness, but I have part 1B, I guess I'm calling, of my series on how to sew a custom top hair piece, clip-on. So watch the other videos if you want to be caught up, because there's a lot. Basically, this one right here, I'm calling it 1B, even though I'm doing it at the end, is because I already did make this piece completely custom. Oh, look, I only have 15% battery. Okay, cool. So basically, why I wanted to come back and call this 1B is because I want to show you how I started the inside seaming, because I guess I forgot to do that on the first video. So, let me get it going before my phone dies. So again, if you have any questions on this and how to get yours to look nice and whatnot, let me know. Subscribe to my channel, send me your questions, and I want to help you. Whether you're a stylist, a student, or you're trying to do this on your own for yourself, I have a lot of fun stuff that I do here, not just hair. I do fitness, I do sewing, obviously, because I sew, but I mean, it's not fabric right now, but I do sew fabric. That's right behind, literally on this table. My sewing machines are set up. Anyhow, okay, so to start with, you're going to take your binding strip that was pre-cut, and you're going to lay it on top of the hair. You're going to do right sides together, whip stitch across the top, because later we're going to fold it over to the back side, and we want a nice clean edge. I explain also how and why it's folded over here. Let me see. Can we get in? A little bit. Focusing. Focusing. Too low. Too high. Okay, I'm going to get it. Just hang on. Lower the leg there. A little more. Awesome. A little too low. I know. I'm going to work on this. I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay. All right. You can see that. Where's my thread? All right. So I'm going to anchor my thread where I left off. I'm actually going to slightly overlap. Pull through the loop. And move that one out of the way. Whoa! That was crazy. Oh, you're not going to be able to see that if I don't lower it. A little more? We good? There, you can see that now. Okay. Release a pin. Release another pin. Woo! Thought I had one more in, holding it. Guess not. All right. Of course, now I pinned it too high. So I like to work in a clockwise manner, usually, but sometimes not. Either way, we're going to get in here, pinch the edge, pull it through. Organize your loop, pull it through twice. Give it a gentle pull down. Anchor it one more time since we just started our thread. Give it a gentle tug. And we're good. We're locked on, right? Everything nice and clean. We already trimmed away our scant edge so that the hair that's ventilated, which means hand tied on our piece, does not go all the way to the edge. We took off about 1/16 of an inch. So not happy with the way this pin is working, so let me get a new pin. They get bent sometimes. So just push it straight into your styrofoam block. There you go. Do your best to keep the hair tucked down Again, organize your thread as you pull it through. It's very easy to get it knotted. If you have trouble with the hairs, again, getting in the way, clip them down. Any remaining random hairs can be trimmed out of the way. All right. It does take a minute to get your flow back once you've been interrupted. If your work starts spinning on you, add a second pin. If you feel that your work moves too much and like the two materials are very slippery on each other, take another sewing pin and very carefully make sure that you have an eased distribution equally on both sides of your material and pin it through, and then you can resume. In the event that your thread gets tangled, just slow down and smooth it out. Now I'm going to reposition. I do not like it when my work gets really low. I start slouching and it doesn't feel very good. So this is also a good time to reposition the hair so that it's just continuing to fall away from the work area that you're sewing. If the hair is kind of got a lot of volume, you're gonna have to really push it down before you start sewing. Even though you trimmed away the edge, you just gotta be careful. You don't want the hair to work its way back up into an area that it shouldn't be. Hey, listen. Cool. So I'm nearing the end. I'm right here, and I just gotta sew an overlap to there. So just keep sewing. Just keep sewing. I'm gonna run out of thread. I could tell already. So I'm gonna change it now. I know I can't sing. It's okay. I'll be back in a second. Thread change. I hate doing thread change. All right, so before we can change our thread, we need to secure it. So back stitch a few times over the same exact spot, or at least slightly aside to it. Then just kind of weave once or twice along that top edge backwards to tuck your end so it hides and disappears. Okay? At this point in time, new thread needs to come out. All questions on what kind of thread I'm using and where I got my stuff as answered in my other videos. So I think there's like 4 other videos in addition to the one you're watching. Go watch them, fast forward through them, pick through them. Tell me what you have more questions on after you've watched them all. Okay? Okay. Okay, now we anchor the new thread. Just a hair aside from the old thread. And we'll do that. Ideally, we don't want the knot that we just made to be all up in the air. Like mine just did. So take the needle and just gently loosen so I can pull it down. There we go. Now I'm good. Now I'm good. All right. Make sure your threads are not caught on anything. And make sure you re-secure the thread over where you just started. I hate when it gets all messy. All right. And we're good. Tuck all your little hairs down. Smooth it over. And start sewing on the straight edge. Now, as you get closer to the curve, we are going to have to stop slightly and add in a little bit more ease to what you're sewing. Ease just means that like you are going to have one section like looser than the other, or essentially like longer, and then you have to ease it in slowly so that it fits the same amount of space as the smaller piece, but yet with more, what's the word? It's ease. It's just, It's not as tight. The equivalent would be like wearing a bandage dress versus a muumuu, okay? You gotta find like an in-between. You don't want so much ease that you got a muumuu of looseness over here with the binding, but you don't want it so tight that it's like a bandage dress that it distorts the shape. Right? Right. So here's where I'm talking about that issue. We got the curvature. And because we're working on the right side of the fabric and we're going to soon be flipping our binding to the wrong side of the fabric, we need to make sure we have enough to do that. So as you sew it down, you might even need to use pins to ensure you are not overstretching your work base. So I've pinned down the base, right? We don't want that to stretch and we don't want to shrink for sure. Excuse me. This piece is what needs to have a little extra ease to go around the curve. Okay? So we're gonna make sure that we add a little bit of extra, that as we sew it, we actually are going to push it back slightly into itself, sewing it down so that when we flip it, we have a wider edge here to work with, okay? So my phone's about to die, so I'm going to cut out. I believe one of my original first videos picks up somewhere around a similar point of technique, but on this piece. And so then you can carry forward to finish watching on this piece creation. And then when I'm all done, I'll get permission, hopefully, for my client to show you the installation of all pieces on her hair, and you can see what a magnificent change it will make for her. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends, because I'm trying to grow my community. Thanks so much. Oh, and if you haven't already, go watch my viral video. It's over 300,000 views now on how to do balayage from 2013, when I was still pregnant with my 5-year-old, who she's 5 now. So I don't even look the same. Tell me what you think. Bye.